Hello you guys and welcome to Planet Hollywood. I'm sorry मैं कुछ ज़्यादा ही excited हूँ आज, but let me do this again. Welcome to Planet Bollywood. मैं हूँ मनीष and here's wishing all of you a very very happy and safe Holi. I hope आज आप अपने friends के साथ और family के साथ बहुत enjoy कर रहे हैं और आपके लिए लेके आए हैं हम होली से जुड़ी ढेर सारी stories. So stay tuned और शुरू करते हैं आज का ये रंगीन episode. Here are the top stories. How do your favorite B-Town residents celebrate Holi? Bollywood couples who are celebrating their first Holi after marriage. Kriti Sanon opens up about her film with Shahid Kapoor.
Wish you all a very happy Holi.
Thank you. Be safe and happy Holi. Wishing you all a very happy Holi.
Happy Holi, ma'am. Happy Holi, ma'am.
गुजिया खा खा के इतनी मोटी हो गई हूँ, बट कोई नहीं, बुरा ना मानो नेहू। होली
होली हो और हमारे बॉलीवुड सेलेब्स सेलिब्रेट ना करें, ऐसा तो हो ही नहीं सकता। बी टाउन के निवासी हर साल होली धूमधाम से मनाते हैं विद ग्रैंड पार्टीज और प्राइवेट सेलिब्रेशंस विद फैमिली एंड फ्रेंड्स। आइए आपको दिखाते हैं होली की कुछ रंगीन यादें।
होली किसे पसंद नहीं है? ये एक ऐसा त्योहार है जो खुशियों के सारे रंग साथ ले आता है and it's also a great time to let your hair down and party. So it's not surprising that हमारे B-Town celebs इस त्योहार का बेसब्री से इंतजार करते हैं. Take a look.
बच्चन परिवार होली को बहुत पसंद करते हैं और पैंडेमिक से पहले उनके घर की होली पार्टी एक हाई प्रोफाइल इवेंट हुआ करती थी। इस साल भी वो दोबारा इस त्योहार को धूमधाम से सेलिब्रेट कर रहे हैं। अमित जी और अभिषेक बच्चन अक्सर होली पर अपने सेलिब्रेशंस की या फिर होली की थ्रोबैक पिक्चर्स शेयर करते हैं एंड इट्स ऑलवेज अ जॉय टू सी देम सेलिब्रेट टुगेदर। कपूर्स के घर की होली भी बहुत फेमस है एंड राज कपूर वुड सेलिब्रेट होली इन ग्रैंड स्टाइल एट आरके स्टूडियोज। पैंडेमिक की वजह से पिछले 2 साल करीना कपूर खान, करिश्मा कपूर और उनकी एक्सटेंडेड फैमिली ने होली घर पे ही सेलिब्रेट की है। Bebo shared some adorable pictures of Taimur Ali Khan playing Holi at home with his family while Bebo chilled in the terrace of her home. करिश्मा कपूर ने भी पिछले 2 सालों से होली घर पे ही सेलिब्रेट की है, but she made sure to share pictures from the fun she had with her kids. प्रियंका चोपड़ा जोनस दुनिया के किसी भी कोने में हो, वो होली सेलिब्रेट करना नहीं भूलती। वो चाहे इंडिया में हो, लंदन में या फिर लॉस एंजलिस में, हमारी देसी गर्ल अपना फेवरेट फेस्टिवल होली जरूर सेलिब्रेट करती हैं। लास्ट ईयर प्रियंका चोपड़ा ने होली अपने हस्बैंड के साथ एलए में सेलिब्रेट की थी एंड द एक्टर शेयर्ड लॉट्स ऑफ पिक्चर्स फ्रॉम देयर इंटिमेट देसी सेलिब्रेशंस एट होम। इस साल प्रियंका चोपड़ा और निक जोनस पहली बार अपनी बेटी मालती मरी चोपड़ा जोनस के साथ होली सेलिब्रेट करेंगे और पीसी इस मौके को जरूर बहुत खास बनाएंगी। 2 सालों के बाद बी टाउन में आई ये होली वाकई खास है। Here's hoping कि आपकी होली भी बहुत खास रहे और आप भी अपने फेवरेट स्टार्स की तरह फैमिली और फ्रेंड्स की कंपनी में खूब एंजॉय करें।
Hello everyone, I'm Rudrani and welcome to Speak Easy. My guest today is a woman who has created a space for herself. She's a complete outsider. She came here, chose fantastic roles, and of course, she's a successful entrepreneur today as well. I'm talking about, of course, the wonderful Kriti Sanon. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
I was also going to say she's a great friend and also a person who gives great advice. So women, particularly, you must listen to this interview very carefully today. You know, we've known each other for a while now. And I have seen you grow and do exactly what you had promised that you will. I remember you say, today when you look back at the kind of opportunities you're getting, Kriti, you're going to start right there. Tell me how that makes you feel. It must be a little emotional as well because, you know, there was a time when you started and you were not considered for roles like that. And look at where you are today.
I know, and we have spoken so many times. You're one of the very few people in this business who, you know, is into journalism, but I still feel really, really comfortable talking anything and everything, even off camera. I know it's not going to be like, you know, used in a bad way, whatever. And I know you're always rooting for me, and thank you for that.
Always.
And yeah, I think we have chatted before off camera.
Off camera.
Of just feeling restless, almost frustrated, which I used to at a point, you know, because I felt that I didn't have the kind of opportunities that I really craved for. And, you know, for an actor, I think the only way that you can sort of do more and show more of your talent is if you get that material. If you don't have that kind of material, if you don't have that kind of film and the opportunity, you can't do much. जितना रोल है उतने में उतना ही कर पाओगे आप, right? So I was very, I think maybe like some 4-5 years back, I was kind of restless too, because I felt that there was a lot that I wanted to do and I just didn't have those options in front of me, you know, to choose from. Whether it's the certain makers that I really wanted to work with, or the kind of roles that I really wanted, or the kind of variation that I really wanted in terms of the projects. And yeah, it feels really good to finally be there. I think I somewhere knew I would get there. You know, I had that belief in me that I would get there. It's just that I wanted to get there then, you know, I wanted it to be now, and it was taking its own time. But today when I look back, I feel like, you know, maybe everything happens for a reason, and maybe it took that time, for me to stay rooted, stay humble, value the fact that, you know, I worked and waited for so long to get the kind of opportunities I wanted, and to also be a little more ready maybe for the opportunities, you know. I feel like when Mimi happened to me, maybe if it happened like 5 years back, I would have not delivered the way I did. You know, maybe I wasn't ready enough at that point. So I feel like things sort of happen for good for a reason, but I'm glad as long as they're happening.
Yeah, a Filmfare Award winner.
Finally. Now,
Finally.
I really sort of had, I think I used to sort of practice my speech also, like before.
So cute.
You know, like I used to do it even when before I got my debut award, before I got my debut film. I used to a little bit practice my speech of when I'll get a debut award, you know. And I have a tendency of slightly blabbering and talking anything and everything in my bathroom at times. So, like sometimes I'm like, what am I even saying? But I used to do that before I got a debut award. When I got the debut award, I think many times I used to sort of feel like, okay, you know, maybe this film or maybe that film. And I used to be like, okay, what am I going to say when I get my first Best Actress Black Lady, you know? And but actually when it happened and when you're on the stage, you forget everything that you've planned and everything that you wanted to say, and it just has to come from the heart, and that's what happened.
But I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
On that note, of course, the films that you wanted to do, and let's take a quick check at what's coming up as well, right? Of course, we've discussed this a little bit. We have a film with Anurag, which is an action film. Then, of course, you know, you have a film, you know, with Shahid, which is a love story.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about how different all of them. Then, of course, you're playing Sita and Adipurush. And I feel like all of these characters are not just diverse, but I also see these women will have agency. And I'm sure now you make sure that characters that you pick up have agency, have something to say.
Yeah.
How important is that for you today?
So I think as much as we all want that, I want meat in every character. I want every character of mine to say something more, feel something more. But I don't think it's always in our hands. Yeah. And at times we also need to sort of cater to all kind of audiences and sort of mix it up. Also, as an actor, you also sometimes like I remember when I finished doing Mimi, like shooting Mimi. Yeah. Yes, the lockdown happened, but I had gone through such an intense thing that I wanted to do something like light and fun and, you know, wear like pretty clothes and all of that. Easy. Yeah, you do like songs. Yeah. I really wanted to do that. I think in every stage and phase of your career, and this changes with months, you know, in every other month, you feel like doing something else, and you know, your gut is telling you something else. You feel like attempting something else, because you also don't want to get bored of the same kind of zone, the same kind of genre and the cycle. Yeah. Having said that, all the ones that you're mentioning ahead, I mean, not
and
all,
the crew,
but yes, the crew.
Both
I was about to say
that's a separate question altogether for me,
yes.
because you know how delighted I was about that.
But all of them, I'm fortunate that have a very different sur and a very different genre, and it's going to be a very different me. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm really excited. I'm shooting currently the film with Shahid, which is, I wouldn't say it's a pure love story. I think it's a quirky, very different kind of a love story. Never really been seen or done here before. I am playing a character that I don't have a reference point to at all. I can't say more, but it's extremely unique.
Cool.
And it's something that made me feel like I don't know how I'm going to do this, you know, and that kind of that kind of challenge kind of excites you as an actor, you know. And I'm working with him for the first time, which was lovely. I think we really look very good together on screen, which is great for a love story.
How you see today the evolution for films for women right now? Of course, you have, you've seen the change, you've been a part of the change, and it's obviously slowly progressing towards even better things. But we have been discussing for a while that, have budgets increased?
Budgets, have they increased? Maybe depending on the film. Right now, also the market is in a very different space, so I can't really judge it for today. But the kind of roles that are being written for women, there are more of these lovely stories which are centered around a woman character, which are coming up now, and they're being made a lot more in number. So that's really great. I think it's a great phase to be a woman in this industry. As long as you do value yourself and also stand up for yourself.
Which you have to.
Yeah, so that has happened, and I think people are taking women seriously and actors seriously in general. Also, what I feel like after COVID in general now, what has happened is that it's not actor specific anymore. It's not gender specific anymore.
Which is a relief.
What's happening is it's not like men are ruling, the box office or anything like that. You know, we did have also Gangubai who did really well. That did really well. So I feel that it kind of depends on the story now. The story has become the star, which it should have always been.
Yeah. The crew.
Yes.
Kareena Kapoor Khan, Tabu, and
Yes.
you. But to see a frame where you have Kareena, you, and Tabu, I think is another level of validation.
Yeah, I mean, they both are obviously amazing actors, you know, and actors who have changed the game for themselves, who have been constantly at it and are looked upon for the value that they bring to the table, you know, and very empowering actors. And to be in the same film, shoulder to shoulder with them is great. It's sort of, like you said, a different kind of validation. But I also feel that I always wanted to work with, really amazing female actors, which we don't really get to.
Which is where it's coming.
We don't get to. So I feel it's nice that a film like this is being made firstly, on 3 women.
Yeah.
And I think we all, I love watching, I wouldn't call it a chick flick, but I love watching films which are like, these
fun,
like even 3 women, 3 men,
and
whatever.
Also,
yeah, I mean, a lot of films, Charlie's Angels, Sex and the City, so many of them, and you want to watch these. So I'm glad that it's happening.
An advice your mother gave to you that you'll always remember?
Mother gave to me that I'll always remember. I mean, there are many, but just like stay humble, while you do what you want to do and while you climb up in life. Just don't ever lose that touch with the ground.
3 women who inspire you and have impacted your life in some way or the other.
3 women. Definitely my mom, in a big way. I feel like, of course, all my values and my thinking comes from her. My sister, because I feel like she always grounds me a little, and she always has, sometimes I can go like really blind in love and all of that, and she sometimes becomes the elder one, and she's like, I don't think you should do this, and you're not like, why are you behaving like this or whatever. So I feel like she's a little bit of a sounding board sometimes. 3 women who have impacted me. My God, it's very difficult to think.
Can be or inspired you. Impacted you in some way or the other, na? If you've looked at someone's journey and that's inspired you, to
there are many like that. I always feel like very inspired by Priyanka and her journey and her confidence. I feel like, she's sort of never, and even Bebo actually. these two in fact a lot, because I feel like they've done what they really wanted to do, not really gone by the so-called rules and achieved what they wanted to and lived their life on their own terms.
100%.
Yeah.
A fictional female character that you would have played or you would have loved to play. A fictional Hindi female character.
मतलब already जो हो
Fictional,
चुका
हाँ हो चुका है उनमें से a character that you would have loved to play and why on screen. There's so many.
Yeah, there are so many. I mean, I fell in love with Geet from Jab We Met, so I always wanted to do that. But I feel Tabu and Andhadhun,
Love, fab.
I think was
Fab choice.
outstanding.
That's a fab choice.
Like, I want to do something grey,
Yeah.
I really feel like doing something grey, but yeah.
Thank you so much, Kriti. It's been wonderful.
Thank you, Rita.
Zoomify हुए आप? नहीं समझे? Zoom पे अपने फेवरेट गाने और प्रोग्राम्स तो आप एंजॉय करते ही हैं, लेकिन अब आपको मिल रहा है मौका Zoomify होने का। गाने एंजॉय करने के साथ साथ खेलो बॉलीवुड क्विज, ट्रेंडिंग सॉन्ग्स पे देखो अनोखे ट्रिविया और हर ब्रेक में होगा एक नया सरप्राइज। और अगर आप में डांस का हुनर है तो आपके लिए सबसे बड़ा अनाउंसमेंट भी है। आप हो सकते हैं Zoom TV पर, दैट्स राइट, यू कैन बी फीचर्ड ऑन आवर चैनल। बस चैनल पर दिखाए गए किसी भी गाने पर अपने डांसिंग वीडियो शूट करो और इंस्टाग्राम रील्स पे #Zoomify के साथ अपलोड करो। अगर आपके वीडियोस हमें पसंद आए देन वी विल फीचर देम ऑन आवर चैनल Zoom TV। सो कीप वॉचिंग Zoom और हो जा Zoomify।
अब हर रोज Zoom देखो और पाओ मौका Zoomify होने का। अब Zoom TV पे आना है बस कुछ स्टेप्स दूर। Zoom देखो, ट्रेंडिंग गाने के हुक स्टेप्स पर अपना डांस वीडियो बनाओ, अपने वीडियो को वर्टिकल मोड में शूट करो, डिस्क्रिप्शन में #Zoomify मेंशन करो और Zoom TV को टैग करके अपने इंस्टाग्राम अकाउंट पर अपलोड करो। बेस्ट वीडियोस को मिलेगा मौका टीवी पे आने का। तो देर किस बात की, हो जाओ Zoomify।
और अब वक्त हो गया एक छोटा सा ब्रेक लेने का, बट डोंट गो एनीवेयर, वी हैव अ लॉट मोर ऑन द अदर साइड।
Happy Holi,
everyone.
have a quiet one, have a safe one.
इस साल कई बी टाउन कपल्स शादी के बाद अपनी पहली होली सेलिब्रेट कर रहे हैं। आलिया और रणबीर, रिचा और अली, कियारा और सिड, आथिया और राहुल और स्वरा भास्कर और फहाद, प्यार के रंगों में रंग गई हैं ये नई नवेली जोड़ियां। Here's the story.
आलिया भट्ट और रणबीर कपूर ने पिछले साल अप्रैल में अपने घर की बालकनी में एक दूसरे से शादी की। The two were in a relationship for almost 5 years before they decided to live together happily ever after. और खास बात ये है that in addition to it being their first Holi as husband and wife, ये उनकी अपनी बेटी के साथ भी पहली होली है, so that makes it extra special. कियारा आडवाणी और सिद्धार्थ मल्होत्रा की पिछले महीने ही शादी हुई है और एक ड्रीमी वेडिंग सेलिब्रेशन के बाद दोनों पहली बार एक साथ होली मनाएंगे as husband and wife. While they have celebrated many special occasions together before, ये होली दोनों के लिए खास है।
Happy
Holi, everyone.
have a quiet one, have a safe one.
Richa Chadha and Ali Fazal are a very popular couple for their hatke sensibilities and fabulous sense of humor as a couple. दोनों की शादी पैंडेमिक की वजह से ऑलमोस्ट 2 साल डिले हो गई, but this year they celebrate their first Holi together as husband and wife. अतिया शेट्टी और केएल राहुल ने एक बहुत ही प्राइवेट सेरेमनी में शादी की। ये शादी के बाद उनकी पहली होली है and we are sure that the couple will make sure to have a special celebration.
अच्छी जोड़ी है।
स्वरा भास्कर ने हमेशा अपना रास्ता खुद चुना है and she chose to have a very simple wedding ceremony with her friend Fahad Ahmed. Since this is an interfaith marriage, it will be interesting to see कि स्वरा भास्कर और फहाद अहमद किस तरह एक दूसरे के customs और rituals को celebrate कर रहे हैं। Happy Holi to this हटके couple.
Well guys, उसी के साथ we come to the end of this episode of Planet Bollywood, promising to be back again tomorrow, same time, same place with all the latest from the world of Bollywood and social media. In the meanwhile, don't forget to stay tuned to our Zoom Facebook page and our Zoom YouTube page for all the latest updates about your favorite celebrities. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Till then, take care and ciao.